truck protests at Shift Up. Who would have thought, right? Shift Up is going to have to deal of truck protesting. So truck protest is a famous way to protest in gacha games nowadays. So if you guys are not aware, they did this recently in Epic 7 as well. So what is this about? So let's have a look at this YouTube shot, alright, and see if we get an idea. So this is the shot that was featured. So if you guys, maybe it's hard for you to tell, but that's Moran right there. Okay, very interesting. Nikke truck protests. So this truck is currently parked outside of Shift Up headquarters. Is that Shift Up's building? Holy moly. They go outside of Shift Up and just park there. And it looks like it's raining as well. Wow. Okay, it's just chilling there. How expensive is this truck to rent? All the money go to hiring this truck. So the summary here is, alright, a bunch of CN and Korean Nikke players came together and pulled together a total of 1.7 million won to rent a truck for protests. That's quite a lot of money right there. So the truck was sent out today and currently parked in front of the Shift Up office building. The screen constantly shifts between Korean, Japanese, and Chinese translations of their demands. So why is the truck protest happening towards Nikke Shift Up? So there are 2 points of the protest. Number 1 is removal of the upcoming treasure system. Ooh. So treasure system, if you guys are not aware, they did announce this, I think somewhere recently. Alright, so this was announced like last month specifically. So the treasure system is specifically meant to upgrade the older Nikkes to make them more viable in the meta. So right now, as far as I know, the system is targeted towards weaker characters, alright, characters that are not in meta. The first 4 that they announced, one of it is Laplace, Diesel, Freema, and Exia, I believe. So they did reduce the requirements. If you guys check out the notes recently, it used to be you need to limit break 3 the characters. You need to limit break 3 them. Yeah, so to be able to upgrade the characters to treasure or whatever that is, you need to have 3 dupes, so that can be quite expensive. However, Shift Up made an announcement recently saying that from limit break 3 the requirements have reduced to limit break 2, not really limit break 2 but rather rank 30. That means limit break 2. So 1 dupe, less requirement. So it does make it for slight easier upgrade, right? However, people still aren't happy. So ever since the developer notes back in February that introduced the planned collectible or treasure system, there has been significant concern and discontent in the CN and KR community. They were mostly alright with collectibles, since collectibles can be obtained with just 1 copy of the character. However, they have a huge problem with treasures, which was locked behind 4 copies of character. Now it becomes 3 copies because rank 30 bond system. As stated in the dev notes, treasures comes with separate character stories and more importantly upgrade to character skills. Nikke has always been known to be a game where 1 copy is enough, okay? And more copies are just for minimal stat increase and a wallpaper. However, with treasure system, which require 3 copies, characters will get skill upgrades that could possibly change how the character plays. What does this sound like? Constellations from Genshin or Eidolons from Honkai Star Rail, which no Nikke player wants. The game, from free to play, become pay to win. Just like Gen, the CN and KR players are angry that the developers didn't take into account the player feedback and just reduced the requirements from 4 to 3 copies. So they are not happy. This is exactly like Epic 7. They wanted to introduce a dupe. Shut down, no dupes. No dupes allowed in Epic 7. So Epic 7, they came out with apology. So now they're trying to do it to Nikke as well. Okay, bigger focus on art quality. The point mostly came from the recent ReZero collab. Art is subjective of course, but it can almost objectively say that ReZero collab art quality is not great. Ram's shoes, Emilia's shoes, Ram's arms, Ram's hands are objectively not good. Shift Up wouldn't have went and fixed some of the problems. Okay, so they weren't happy with the ReZero collab. So 2 aspects, treasure system and ReZero collab. has led to a massive 1.7 million won spent for protests. Alright, this protest is important, guys. This protest is important. Look at this. A truck came from China. It's a bit subtle. So, Nikke Chinese users begin a truck protest expressing dissatisfaction with the operation of the game and the new system announced for an update. However, Nikke does not provide services in China. What happened? So yeah, some of you guys might be wondering, why is a Chinese players involved? Because Nikke is not in China. Nikke is Korea, Japan, and mostly like other parts of the global, right? So on April 4, those who identified themselves as Chinese Nikke users sent a protest truck containing a message of protest to the headquarters in Shift Up Games developer. The truck contained messages in Japanese and Korean expressing complaints about the game and demanding improvements. The protest will continue until April 5th. Holy moly. Long protest, long protest. Those people who led the protest introduced themselves as users who currently enjoy Nikke in China. So they are currently Chinese players. How they play the game? They use VPN. VPN Chinese users. The number of people who participated in the protest was approximately 300 players. Holy. After 4 days of preparation, it was revealed that $1,000, 1,060 US dollars required for the truck protest was raised in 1 hour through crowdfunding. They could have raised this money for kids starving in Africa. They could have raised this money for countries in war like Ukraine. But no, raise this money for the most important cause of all, truck protests. Expose their dissatisfaction with the preferred item system, which recently announced plans for an update in Nikke. Alright, precious items are additional elements that can strengthen characters. It is a system that caused a lot of controversy. Concerns have been raised that it may increase the billing burden. Okay, so accordingly, Shift Up announced in the developer's notes on March 28 that it would significantly lower the difficulty of acquiring preferred items and postpone the update originally scheduled from April to May. Those protesting this time are demanding a complete withdrawal of updates to the system. In addition, those who held the protest also included a message demanding an increase in the overall quality of the game and the quality of co-op battle. Co-op! Everybody here loves co-op. You love co-op. Your friend loves co-op. So regarding this, users who enjoyed Nikke are expressing various opinions. First of all, game is not that it's not serviced in China, but there are many negative voices or people who are surprised that a truck was sent from China. Hello Korean players working hard at the forward base. We are Chinese players who love the same game, Nikke. We love the game story, illustrations, and gameplay. However, Nikke's quality has been declining significantly in the recent months. And do you guys know why? Because Shift Up is busy fighting a different group standards. Shift Up is fighting the woke in Stellar Blade. So now Shift Up not only have to deal with the woke in Stellar Blade Americans, now Shift Up has to deal with Chinese players. Wow. Everyone is attacking Shift Up. Everybody is not happy. They only got so much resources. They gotta deal with so many things, right? Very sad day for Shift Up, guys. Very sad day. The quality of story is sometimes high, sometimes low. And the past skins are not attractive. In addition, game content is gradually increasing to the point where players become tired. Even though there are still many areas that needs improvement, it is a very greedy action to launch a combination breakthrough item system that ignores the opinions of players and forces them to make payments. Even in game surveys, it's very unpleasant to see players being forced to make choices through leading questions. Okay, Chinese players understand these mobile gaming companies very well. The purpose of launching the combination breakthrough, which is the limit break system, right? The treasure system, is not to strengthen existing characters, but to encourage players to spend more money by consuming their existing resources. The 2-month limit exchange and black ticket accrual speed have already revealed their attitude. Shift Up's attitude. How dare they? And the co-op content, which should be what most players are excited about, is also very poor quality. I don't see how they can ask players to pay more, since it's difficult to guarantee even the most important and basic art for the game. I'm not sure if co-op is actually what most players are excited about, but I'm guessing a lot of you guys love co-op, so I'm just going to accept that, alright? Co-op lovers. Therefore, in situations where the official ignores the players' demands, a significant Chinese number of players have try to express their discontent by organizing offline protests, similar to the protest incident in Epic 7. We ask for your support. Question and answers from Korean players. What are your size? There are about 300 people so far. They range from high-paying players to free-to-play, low-paying, min-picking players. Do you guys have a server? The operator of this game is a Chinese company and appears to be planning to open a CN server. Simplified Chinese and WeChat payments are supported within the game, and a significant number of Chinese super high-paying users are charging tens of millions of yuan to Japanese servers. 4 days of preparation and 1 hour of crowdfunding, they succeed in raising $1,000 to send a truck rental. Renting a truck like this is expensive, guys. $1,000 is not cheap, right? To rent a truck like this. And remember, you're just renting, you're not buying the truck. So literally waiting outside Shift Up headquarters, just waiting for them to come out and stare at the truck. Wow, essay in Chinese forums. Dear Nikke players, good evening. I am the initiator of the recent truck event, and I would like to clarify a few things because I noticed some intentional smearing against us. Okay guys, no smearing, alright? No smearing against the truck players. Do not even think about starting a drama with the truck players. So, let's talk. Let them speak on their behalf. The initiator team has never claimed to speak for all players. Okay? They never claim to speak for you guys. Okay? It's all for them, which is fair. Alright? However, according to a survey conducted by the initiator team on the local forum, 80% of players support this truck protest activity. This is why the truck protest was able to quickly raise enough funds. Additionally, posts made by the initiator on relevant forums garnered 12,000 views and received comments and support from over 250 players. However, there are opposing voices as well, who have taken our chat messages out of context and intentionally smeared the truck management team. Okay, who is doing this? The initiator is indeed a newcomer who recently joined the game in January of this year. In real life, he is just an ordinary college student. While he may not have a deep understanding of the game, the initiator team includes experts with levels of over 460. So on average, each team member's level is above 250. Can it be said that the understanding of the game is also very limited? Call out? No, there's no calling out. The initiator team has never mentioned threatening the game developer with trucks. We are simply using this peaceful protest to voice our opposition to the game developers' manipulation and exploitation of the players. The fundamental reason for players protesting is that the game developer has taken actions detrimental to players. If the game developer had not exploited or coerced players, would there have been protests? According to your logic, the game developer is a flawless saint, complete without fault, and all the blame lies within players demanding too much? The statement about the initiator vocally advocating for players is a money-minded player is also irrelevant. I dare to ask, isn't it beneficial for all players to cancel the condition of binding 2 stars to treasures, allowing players without 2 stars to obtain treasures through reasonable means? Your isolated and one-sided remarks, I believe, are the true intention to destroy this game. Oh, I asked if ordinary people stop playing and new players are discouraged from joining due to the gap caused by treasures. Will this game become better? Wow, he's speaking for all players. So he's just a guy trying to do this to be better. Alright? So guys, if you guys can afford to, $1,000 to raise a second truck. One truck might not be enough. Do you guys look forward to the treasure system? Do you guys look forward to your characters needing dupes to be able to benefit from the treasure system? So that's something that we always have to ask ourselves, right? When companies add dupes, you have to do it from the beginning. I think this is what we learned from today's lesson. If you want to add dupes, do it from the beginning. Don't make your game free to play friendly, doesn't need any dupes, and then do it later on. Now you got trucks coming your way. Epic 7 did this and they failed. Now Nikke is doing this and they're getting into trouble. Alright? People don't like it when your game is free to play and then change to needing dupes. Too free to play friendly. Alright?